wanna get crazy with the old guy.
The whole world is crazy, man. And women today are crazy, man. My wife. Y'all don't know my wife. Because my wife is crazy, man. You ever eat cheese doodles? Cheese doodles are crazy.
Hey, what's up, YouTube? This is Talking Crazy 88 back again with another episode for you. Wanted to do a quick podcast. Well, actually, I wanted to do this podcast for a minute, but I haven't really done a lot of podcasts lately because I've been busy. But now I'm going to have a little bit more time on my hands with the new job. Well, actually, the new job is working out better than I expected. I know in the last podcast I said, well, I don't know. But it's just a separation anxiety from my previous employment and my old job. Because I've been there so goddamn long. Well, I forgot that this is a career opportunity, career move that I needed to make. And you know, it looks like it's going to be a good opportunity for me. Well, anyway, wanted to do this podcast for a while because what really touched it off was a video that I saw, and I'm going to play this video for you, and when I come back, I'm going to go ahead and do my commentary. Hang on for just a second, gang. I will be right back.
Your mother. Look at you. You look crazy. Look at you. You look crazy. What's wrong with you? You're crazy. Look at this. Look at this. Look at her. She's crazy. Look how crazy you look. What an ugly ass lady. Look at this crazy lady. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Look at this crazy lady.
You're black American.
This is why America. Look at it. Look at her.
You're black American. You're trash. Your mothers are on drugs.
Your mother.
I'm from Kenya, Africa. You're black American.
Look what's wrong with her. Look what's wrong with her. Look at her. Mentally wrong. Something's wrong with you. Something's wrong with you.
If you have a beautiful mother, you will even take me a picture.
If this was a guy, we'd have had a war star already.
You're black American. You're trash. I'm from Kenya, Africa. You're black American. You're trash like your mothers.
I'm trying to look at your war star, yo.
You're black American. That's why you're worshiping me. That's why you're worshiping me. You have to take me a video like I'm a celebrity. But you have other stupid mothers. You're black American. You're trash. I'm from Kenya, Africa. My mother told me in Kenya, don't ever associate black American. You're trash. Lost self-esteem. You're not a man.
Yo, that's crazy. This is wrong with black people.
You take me a picture
other Africans
because you have another stupid dead mother.
You see what's wrong with you?
Came from the same black
Because
people.
you have another black American mother.
You came from the same black
You want to have sex in my video? You have another mother. That's why you have to worship me and take me a video. I will never take you a video. You're trash, you're others, you're black Americans. I'm from
We
Kenya.
got the same phone. What are you
We have
talking
people
about?
made in Kenya. You have others, trash and mother.
You're in America now. What are you talking about?
Why
you not in Africa? Why are you not in
I come to
Africa?
look down on you because you're ugly.
You're not making no sense. You're crazy.
You're black American, you're trash.
I should do this in
You're
slow
not-
mo. Do it slow motion. This is why we're African. This is why African. This is
My
why we're
mother in
African.
Kenya told me on the phone, don't even associate with black America. They have low
You
self-esteem.
understand?
Low self-esteem.
So that's what you categorize as every black African American. That's what you're
Taking me
doing?
a video.
So who you look up to? So who you look up to? So who you look up
Because
to?
you have another mother.
See, look at this. She ain't making no sense.
That's why you have to take me a video.
You're embarrassing yourself. What's
You're
wrong
black
with you?
American, you're
What's wrong with you?
You're stupid.
I'm stupid?
You're ugly, you're black American, you're stupid.
What's wrong with you? I got it.
You got a degree, right?
What are you talking about?
You're trash. Black American, you're trash.
Did you see this shit? Lady's cooked. Look Look at you. You're cooked.
Your mother is
You're
dead,
cooked.
mother, right? Your mother is dead. Your mother is dead. That's why you have to worship me and take me a vision. Because your mother is a dead or dying mother. Maybe she's on
This
drugs.
is a guy that been
Maybe your mother is dead
I'd knocked her out.
or dying of drugs.
She was a
That's
guy-
why you have to worship me. Because your mother is a
She was
stupid
wrong.
mother.
She put
You
this on
have
worse.
ugly women in your life. That's why you have to worship me. Taking me pictures.
Right.
Because you don't have beautiful women in your life. You're black American. You're trash. Just like your mothers. You're trash like your mothers. You're black American. You're trash like your mother. That's why you have to follow me and worship me.
You're embarrassing.
That's what you do. I'm from Kenya,
You
Africa.
disgrace.
You're black
You
American.
disgrace to
You're
Africa.
trash.
You disgrace to Africa. You know
You're
that,
black
right?
American. You're trash. You've always been trash.
I understand. Please, I gotta get a complaint from
From me.
No. I look
You
back.
gotta tell her.
Black American.
I came down here. Nigga came down here. She started calling us trash. I understand. I got all this on film, so she trying to bust a move.
You're black American. You're trash. You take me a video.
I'm gonna leave her alone. I'm not gonna say
You can't let
Sex
people
with my
talk to you like
video.
that. You shouldn't be
And you
talking
have sex with
about
my video.
Just walk away from
Black
it.
America, you're trash. That's why you have to take me video.
I'm just asking you guys to be good to me.
To worship the police told me. I called the police on
We
one
have-
for
I
taking
have-
a video. They told
I
me
have
in
no
New York you're more
control
trash
what
than
gets
here.
on the train.
You're more trash in New York than here. They told me that.
But she's still trying
Black
to talk to
Americans
her.
I know,
are
I
more trash
understand, I know.
in New York than here. Taking me a video.
This is
to
4
worship.
minutes.
Please.
Who's the Black American?
We hopped out of the. We came down to the train. She said,
All I say is don't get close to me. Don't
"Black
stop
Americans are trash."
Walk away from it, please, all right?
All I told them is don't get close to me, but they
I
worship me.
understand. I'm just
You know,
asking
they
you.
take me a picture like I'm God. Because they don't have any decent women in their black American communities. They have other women. Their black American communities. They don't have any beautiful. Everything new with them. I used to call the police on that all the time.
Did you see this shit? Now, I'm looking at this video, and what's so disturbing to me is that apparently these brothers got into an altercation with this woman. Now, this woman proceeded to just go ahead and said some disturbing things about black Americans, calling us trash, calling us, that's why we worship her, because we're trash, like your mother. That she even proceeded to say that she is from Kenya, and her mama, well, her parents told her not to associate with black Americans while you're in America because they're trash. See, I need to do this video because I've been hearing all my life about black Americans saying that Africans that come over here, they think they're better than us, that they look down on us. And we do the same thing to the Africans who come over here who want to try to get to know us. We do the same thing to the island people, the West Indians, who come over here. Now, as a black American, I don't play that shit. Y'all need to cut this shit out. And I know this podcast is going to be worldwide. It's not local. It's going to be worldwide. Apparently in Africa. And I hope the brothers and sisters out there, my cousins out there in Africa, get to hear this podcast because this really needs to be addressed. See, when foreign blacks that come into this country, y'all seem to forget that you don't get a nigger pass. You may get a temporary nigger pass for a little bit. But rest assured, when things go down, you're going to be in the mix with us. You're going to be on that same boat with us. So with all this separation, that you're Jamaican, that you're Haitian, that you're Kenyan, that you're Nigerian, that you're Ethiopian, and you have the same color skin as I do, and you trying to look down on me because I'm an American, because I was born here, y'all need to cut that shit out. Because at the end of the day, that white man is going to consider you a nigger. Okay? You're just a nigger. To them, you're just a nigger with an accent. And I rest assured, if you go overseas and you immigrate to any of those European countries, and I'm certain those white Europeans feel the same way about you as these American trash, white trash, feel about you as well. Because let me tell y'all something, and this includes all black Americans, all the Africans, all the West Indians, all the black folks that were born in different countries around the world. We're going to need each other in the next few years. So it's best that you need to, that it's in your best interest to cut all this separation out. Cut that shit out. Okay? Stop it right now. Because what this woman did was just so blatantly ignorant. Now, I don't know what that argument was all about. I don't know what happened. But apparently she has some psychological issues regarding black Americans, or some bad experience with black Americans. I'm not going to apologize for the niggers that treated her with so disrespect. Okay? That she would have to come to make this decision that black Americans as a whole are trash. Now, I can admit that in America, there are some black folks who are niggers. There are some black folks who are cheese-eating niggers who like to kiss the white man's ring. I'm not one of them. I could give a fuck about these niggers because they hindered the progress of black Americans as a whole. See, black Americans, we got to stop looking to our white daddy to save us. And apparently out in Africa, they're doing the same thing. They're looking towards those white Europeans as saviors. I know because I have friends who are Africans. Those are my cousins. They are your cousins. You need to get to know your cousins in Latin America who have the dark skin. You need to get to know your cousins from Africa, the continent of Africa. You need to get to know your cousins down in the islands, because we're going to need each other. And that starts both politically and economically. You need to get your economic game together and become a little bit more sophisticated than what we are now, because we are a race of people who are consumers. Not savers, not thinking strategically about planning on getting our community together for the long term. We're not sophisticated yet, people, economically and politically. So I don't think we're ready to turn to our brothers and our cousins overseas. But we're going to need to. We're going to have to start somewhere. And today we're going to have to start right now. We're going to have to stop putting each other down. We're not just black Americans. We're not Kenyans or Nigerians. We're all Africans that originated from Africa. I didn't just originate from this country. Now I may be a fourth generation black American who have no ties to my country, my continent who have no ties to Africa or any country in Africa. But we're going to have to start looking to our cousins, getting to know our cousins. Because those are our people. Those are our people. When 2016 comes around and when they start bringing back, well, Jim Crow is already here. And when these white trash hillbillies come into these black neighborhoods and start annihilating black folks like they did 100 years ago with Rosewood, with Tulsa, and various other small prosperous towns that was populated by black Americans, successful black Americans. We're going to go back to those days. We're slipping back into those days, people. And I don't know if you're aware of that, with what's going on in the news with the random lynching of black Americans. Like that brother Eric Garner, who was lynched by some white trash police officer. And more than likely, he's going to be brought up on charges and he's going to get away with it. And there's nothing y'all can do about it except march and pray. We got to get up off our knees and enlist the help of our people overseas. We got to form allies with our cousins overseas and cut this shit out. Cut this separation out. Get our money together. Invest with each other overseas with our cousins. Otherwise, stories like this will continue to go on, with police officers abusing black women. Just about several months ago in New Mexico, when a black woman tried to drive off, when a state trooper stopped her in New Mexico with her children in tow, another state trooper just rolled up and started firing shots at the van. And there was no outrage about that. The guy got fired, but let me tell you something. There was no outrage about that. Especially from those white trash, from the white folks, the dominant society. There was no outrage about that because they don't give a fuck about y'all. But yet, we got this black woman from Kenya talking shit about black Americans because she was indoctrinated by her people overseas, over in Kenya, and which is set by her people to say that black Americans are this and that. We're lazy, we're trash, we're cowards, we're this and that, that, and the other. Now, where did they get that impression of black Americans from? Probably from the news, probably from TV. But then again, historically in East Africa, they've always looked down on black folks from West Africa and beyond. Why, I don't know. But y'all need to cut that shit out. And I'm speaking to all of y'all out in East Africa, the countries out in East Africa. Cut Ethiopia, Somalia, Kenya. Cut that shit out. You better get when you come over here, because let me explain something to you. When you come over here to the United States, you are behind enemy lines. You are in enemy territory. So it's in your best interest not to put your cousins down, your black American cousins down. and start forming friendships and allies with each other. Well, listen, I gotta run. This is Talking Crazy 88, and I am out of here, people.